Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Peace. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Spring Break 2023, the album. Dad, Shimmy Shimmy, AF. Rock on Gold Dust. Peace. Woman. How are you guys doing today? I am getting ready to go out on the beach in Miami, Florida. How are you guys doing? Did I already ask that? I think I already asked that. I'm getting ready to go out onto the beach, but I wanted to make the last drama video of March. Today is the last day of March, and it's so interesting because on my vlog channel I've talked a lot about when I was a little kid we did these paper plate things that were like, if you go into March like a lion, then it will go out like a lamb, and if you go into March like a lamb, you'll go out like a lion. And I don't even remember how we came into March, but anyway, here we are on the beach in Miami, Florida. So it's very beautiful today. It has rained the last 3 nights here, but it is beautiful today, and I'm excited to get out on the beach. But I did want to make one last drama video for the month. So here we go. Today is the best drama video of the month. It's a Shane and Trisha video. 2 people you did not think that you were going to hear me talk about in a video at the same time, but here we are. But before I get into that video, I want to address a comment. It was just one comment that I got on my video the other day that I talked about Trisha Paytas and this documentary that she is doing. And that is something that I'm going to be talking about today, is this documentary that Trisha Paytas is doing. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Trisha Paytas is doing this documentary with this documentary team, and the documentary team is like reaching out to smaller creators and asking them to be a part of this documentary. And so I sounded off on that, Adam McIntyre sounded off on that, a lot of people have sounded off on it and talked about it at this point, right? And so I was saying certain things in there about speculating as to why they weren't reaching out to some of us that have covered Trisha Paytas drama literally since the inception, right, of Trisha Paytas, drama beginning on YouTube. Why they weren't reaching out to some of us if they wanted to do a really unbiased documentary, which if you're going to do a documentary, it would be really unbiased, right? Which, remember that, because when I talk about this documentary team, that's what I'm going to be talking about, right? So I received this comment on there, and the comment was, all the big creators who have bullied Trisha throughout the years didn't get picked, and here you are crying about it, right? Which I made it very, very clear in that video that even if I had been asked for many reasons, right? First of all, I don't want to be part of any documentary to do with Trisha Paytas, number one. Number two, the legality of all of the issues surrounding this Reddit thread and the things that Trisha Paytas has said about this Reddit thread and whatever. I don't want any part of that whatsoever, right? So there was that was the other issue. But I had come out in the video and I had said, that I didn't want any part of this documentary. And I don't think anybody that I know would want to be in this documentary or would agree to be in this documentary, right? So I think it's kind of a funny thing that people always say that. And it's always kind of that, right? Like, as a drama channel, we get a really bad rap, from people that are super fans of Trisha, or super fans of Jeffree Star, or super fans of Shane Dawson, or super fans of all of these people. It's always that. Like, if we have an opinion about somebody, it's like, okay, I remember, this is months ago, but Angelica Oles came out with a tweet, and I loved this tweet because it was so true, and she said, when we talk about, she said something to the effect of, like, when we talk about your favorite person, and you get very upset, it's always that we're, like, the bad person. It can't just be that maybe, like, they're not a great person, right? And she said something like, go sniff grass, or something, not sniff gas, go sniff grass or smell the grass or something, like get outside of your house, right? It's not that deep. And that's the thing, it's like we're really no different than like ETV or The View. I mean, and I know that we're not on that level. I totally understand that we're not on that level, right? We are just YouTube drama channels talking about YouTube influencers. I completely 100% understand that, right? Like, I don't take it that deeply, and I hope that you don't either. And I just do this for entertainment. I do this, for the person at the end of the day to get on video, you know, to watch my videos and to maybe relax or escape from their lives for a little bit and to keep up with what's going on, or, you know, whatever. Like, that's it. I don't take it that deeply. And when I turn off the camera, like, I legit turn off the camera, right? And I go on with my day. And I really hope that for the people that are watching my videos, I hope that when you watch my videos, that you're not like, you know, like, that you don't take it that deeply, that you don't ride that hard for the people that you are defending. Because here's the thing, they're not riding that hard for you, you know, and I get it, I understand it, but it really, to some degree, I don't, because it's kind of like this parasocial relationship that I think that people, they build with YouTubers that have, like, they've watched through the years, and their videos have really, really helped them get through really tough parts of their life. And so, to that degree, it is completely different. From, you know, like, watching a celebrity in a movie or watching a celebrity in a TV show and things like that. I get it, right? But to ride that hard for somebody that you are never going to probably meet and defend them, you know, and to say horrible things to somebody, like, I really, to be honest with you, I don't understand that, okay, number one. Number two, I just want to say about this comment, I have never bullied Trisha Paytas, okay? And I take that word as somebody that was bullied, physically, emotionally, sexually threatened for 12 years of my life growing up, from kindergarten all through high school. I take that word very, very seriously. So when this person said to me that we have been bullying Trisha Paytas through the years, no. And I want to make this very clear, okay? What we have done, what I have done, I can only speak to my experience. What I have attempted to do with Trisha Paytas is to hold her accountable to the lies that she has continued to spew through the years and not take accountability for. And I even said in my last video that I was really hoping that Trisha was making changes. But when I came out and I started seeing her say that they approached her and said, well, why don't we do a video about squashing the beef? That would have been a fantastic opportunity for Trisha Paytas to sit down with Ethan and Ela Klein, with Jeffree Star, with Shane Dawson, whatever. If she wanted to really clear up the wreckage of her past and move forward and sit down, and this director could have asked her questions about all of these religious, you know, people that she has affected, all these different communities that she has offended, you know, and had her sit down across from these people, and she really wanted to just clear up everything and from that point move on, like, that would have been such a fantastic opportunity and a fantastic move for Trisha Paytas, but she wasn't willing to do that. And I have to believe that's because Trisha Paytas really truly hasn't changed at this point. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's fear. I don't know if that's lack of awareness. I have no clue what that's about, right? I still, to some degree, hope that at some point in Trisha's life and in her career, she's able to do that. But at this point, after having a family, after having a child, after having all of these things that she has said that she has wished and dreamed for all these years, and you are still unable to sit down and say, I need to do that, but instead what you say is, I've moved past that, like, that's in my past, I'm not doing, girl, then you don't realize truly the wreckage of your past. You don't really truly realize how bad you've really hurt people, right? And so for me, it's still like, okay, Trisha hasn't changed. She still hasn't changed. And for me, I am a believer that lessons are repeated until they are learned. And so if Trisha hasn't learned this lesson, we are going to see the old Trisha come back again. We are going to see the lies. We are going to see the drama. We are going to see all of this stuff come back up again. That's just what I'm, you know, speculating down the road, because it hasn't changed. It hasn't, right? And I would love to get on video, and I know people don't believe this, but I would love to get on video and say, I truly believe that Trisha Paytas has changed. And when she was part of the Frenemies podcast, I felt like there was a change occurring in her. I felt like there was a positive change in her. I felt a lot of hope for her. She seemed happier, all that kind of stuff. And she seems pretty happy right now, you know, with Moses and Malibu and whatever. But I hope that somewhere down the road, for her, not for YouTube, not for her audience, for her, she is able to take some accountability and be able to, I don't know, reach out to those people, whether it's on camera or off camera or whatever, and she is able to clean that up. Because to me, it's just like, to have all of that, it's just, I wouldn't want that inside. So anyway, so there was that comment. But then, so this person said this to me, and I was like, you know what? I never, in my comment sections, like, I only typically ever respond to like comments. I don't even typically respond to comments in my comment sections that refer to the topic that I'm talking about. I typically only refer to comments where people say, Peter, your shirt is so pretty. Peter, your eyes are so blue today. Peter, this. Peter, I'm first, or whatever, right? Like, those are the only comments that I typically refer to. But I had kind of had it, really, to be honest with you. And I was like, you know, I think I'm going to start, like, defending myself a little bit in the comment sections of this, right? I don't bully Trisha Paytas. And so I responded to this person and I said, you're bullying me, right? Kind of making a sarcastic joke out of it. Because I was like, I've had it with this, right? Like, they always want to turn the narrative on it, you know? And then when they don't get what they want, then they turn it into something else, which is what happens here in a second. Because this person, then they turn it into coming for me in my recovery program, right? And it's very similar to what happened back in the day with like the whole Shane Dawson and the conspiracy merch, or the conspiracy, whatever that stuff was, that palette he did with Jeffree Star, right? So at that time, I had come out and I had said, I don't want any PR from anybody and blah, 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 whatever, right? I spent 6 hours on the website trying to buy that ridiculous Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star collaboration because I was going to buy it and give it away to one of my audience members. I was just going to give it away to somebody, right? So at that time, I was like one of the only people that didn't receive it in PR. And a lot of people knew that, and whatever, it became this huge thing. And people were like, oh, Peter's so butthurt. He wasn't in the documentary. I could care less. I could give a rat's ass if I was in that documentary or whatever. And people didn't believe it, okay? So Shane Dawson reached out to me and he was like, I don't know what happened. You were supposed to be on the PR list. I said, Shane, I don't care, okay? I don't want to be on the PR list. I don't want to receive your PR. I've made that very, very clear, okay? He was very nice about it. He was real nice. And he said, well, I already sent it out to you. He goes, I think it probably got sent on, he goes, I think it got sent to you and it was on your doorstep and probably somebody stole it because they knew what it was. Girl, the average age of my neighbor is 75 to 80. Ain't nobody stealing makeup off my doorstep, okay? I'm just telling you right now. And he was thought so grand of himself that he thought that everybody in the world wanted that makeup. So anyway, so he's like, I'm sending you, I already sent it out to you, so it's going to be there in like a day or two. I said, Shane, please, I do not want this PR, okay? And he goes, well, I already sent it to you. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just going to completely give it away to an audience member because I don't want it if you send it to me, right? And at that time, I had planned to do a collab with somebody that had watched my videos for a long time. Her name is Arlena. Hey, Arlena, how are you doing? And her little daughter, Hadley, that's so adorable. But anyway, Arlena had watched my videos for a long time. So I drove up to where Arlena lives, because she lives not too far from me, like an hour, and we did like 3 videos together. And I gave her the entire PR. I didn't want any of it. I didn't not even take a root beer lip balm or any of it. I didn't want any of it. I just completely gave it to Arlena, right? Well, then it was like, oh, you're just doing this to make it look good. It's like you can never, like, no matter what you do, the people that don't like you, they don't like you. I get that, right? Like, I totally understand that. So here, let me just tell you, this goes on. So then this person says to me, right, it's harmful to undermine the reality of actual bullying and disingenuous to claim that you only hate watch because you have a drama channel. Try working an honest program and carrying an actual fair message instead of carrying more mess, right? So when you watch that video, I said in there, okay, I have never understood hate watching. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't do it. I said the only time I watch videos of people that I don't like, and I referenced in there Gabby Hanna, was when I had to do it to cover drama, okay? So they didn't even watch my damn video, first of all. Then to insinuate, number one, that I had, undermined the use of the word bullying, when in countless videos through the years, and this is why I am defending myself, in countless videos through the years, and I will continue to do this, that I feel like, I was just watching the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip last night, and they were talking about the word bullying. I feel like the word bullying has been so overused that it doesn't even have a meaning to it anymore. So people out there, and no, it doesn't just have to apply to kids. It can happen to people in families, it can happen to friend groups, it can happen to work environments, it can happen to people all over the place. But there are people out there that are actually being bullied, and we have overused that word to the point where it is really being minimized, right? And so I have spoken about that in countless videos through the years. To then take that rhetoric and use it against me me is really, really dangerous, you know? And then finally, okay, when they don't get the response that they want to get from me, they turn it on my recovery program, and I'm a drama channel. So let's just make this really, really clear for those of you out there that do not understand what I do on this channel at 14 minutes and 58 seconds. And I know this intro is long, and this isn't even really an intro. This is just kind of me addressing some things. You know, I work a recovery program. I have been sober for 28 years, okay? I am accountable to two people in my life, God and my sponsor, all right? I am not accountable to you. I am not accountable to my, my husband with my recovery. I'm not accountable to my best friend with my recovery. I'm not accountable to anybody in my recovery but my sponsor and God, okay? And if y'all don't like that, that's not my fault, okay? I stay sober for me today. And I share my journey of my recovery to help one person out there that might get sober. And thank God, I get all of these messages from people that say, thank you for sharing your story with me, Peter. Like, it helped me so much. It inspired me, whatever. That's all I ever wanted to do with telling my story of recovery on this channel. How dare you use that against me? How dare you use that against me and say that I'm not working an honest program because I get in a drama video and I want to tell some truths about Trisha Paytas because she refuses to take accountability and be honest? How dare you, okay? It is no different than anybody that was working on The View or that was working on ETV or that was working on anywhere else that was in recovery, okay? This is my job. This is what I do, right? And I enjoy it, and I am damn passionate about it, and I love making drama videos, and I'm going to continue to make drama videos about it. And my recovery on here allows me to, A, share my story of recovery, and B, it allows me to share how I have held myself accountable through the years in hopes that other people do the same. And third, share my experience, strength, and hope. So if you don't like that, I don't think my channel is for you, okay? But I just want to say that because this is the thing. When the people that don't like us, they don't get the response from us that they want to get, they turn it to the next thing, and they turn it to the next thing, and then they turn it to the next thing, and they turn it. First, we're bullies, right? Then it's that we're being dishonest. Then it's this. Then it's that we're biased. Then it's that I'm not working an honest recovery program. It's always the next thing, okay? No, girl, it's just that you ride too hard for the person that you're in love with, and you can't handle the truth. That's what it is all day long. Now, people have said to me through the years that they miss the old hard, come for it, Peter Monn. If this is what you want, y'all, I can be this way all day long, okay? I can tell some truths all day long. But I just wanted to share that on here because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna defend myself a little bit. And I did respond to myself. I said, first of all, I have spoken many times through the years that people overusing the word bullying minimizes the actual term of people who have been physically and emotionally bullied, like myself. Second, she accused me and other drama channels of bullying, which is absolutely not true on my part. Third, I said I don't hate watch. I only watch videos of people I don't like to cover drama. Huge difference. Fourth, and most important, my program isn't yours or anyone else's business. Anyone in recovery will tell you that. Educate yourself. It's called taking somebody else's inventory, and it's not your business to do. So anyway, now that I've cleared the air on that, let's get into this video. Do I need a lip gloss? Where's my lip gloss? I need my lip gloss. Oh, here it is. So let's get into this video. Okay. Now, Adam McIntyre did a fantastic video the other day. He had done one video talking about Trisha Paytas and this whole documentary thing, and then he came back and he like did it, like he doubled down like I'm doing, and he did like a second Trisha Paytas video, and in that video he talked about how he had gotten a hold of these documents that Trisha is talking about. So Trisha has said that she's got these documents, this file or whatever of the Reddit thread, and he said in this Reddit, if that's the actual file that she has, that he got it from this journalist and whatever, that on the file, there's nothing that she's claiming. There's no doxing, there's none of this, right? So he's not sure what she's talking about. And that's what I had said in my video, was that I had not seen evidence of that. I'm not saying that it didn't exist. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying I did not see that, right? Okay, so Adam did that video. So go check out Adam's video. It's fantastically done. But I wanted to talk about this documentary group because this is very important to the validity of this documentary, okay? So I looked up this website like at nauseum. It's Clume Creative, and it's out of Cleveland, Ohio, right? And I looked into this documentary group because this guy, this director, this Mike Clume, whatever, he's the guy that's reaching out to these people, okay? And so I looked on this website to see what they're all about, right? And now I have a friend of mine that lives here in Indianapolis that works for a videographer team, and he does documentaries and things like that, right? And they come up with a concept, right? And if you go to their website, it will say, like, we film documentaries, we reach out to people, like, whatever, right? And, like, this is what we do, this is where we get grant funding from, this is how we get funding, blah, 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 okay? So, I go to this website. So, I already know what some of these websites look like of, like, people that do documentaries. And usually, it's mostly, you know, just lists their, like, credentials and, you know, their press kit and things like that. So, I go to this website, right? And I'm reading through it, and what I very quickly realize is it is a marketing videography website, okay, where somebody reaches out to them and pays them. They even have on there, like, one of their things where it's like, you know, contact, story, what we're about, you know, our team, things like that. One of theirs even says pricing on there, okay? So you reach out to them, and they give you, like, a quote for a price of what project you want. And I'm looking at this, okay, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, so it's interesting that this guy now is reaching out to people that haven't covered Trisha Paytas for a very long time, number one. Number two, Trisha Paytas is dictating the flow of the narrative of how this documentary is going to go. And number three, like, she's the one that's also in her YouTube video reaching out to people and saying, if you want to contact him to be part of this documentary. And I'm like, this all is shady boots down, okay? Like, none of this seems legit to me, but it doesn't seem legit to me because what it is it's a project, it appears to be, allegedly, okay, a project that Trisha Paytas has commissioned for this guy to do for her. Like, you would do, like, an ad, okay, for, like, your company, or you would do, like, if you were a college, that you would do a video for your college, like the one that we were just talking about with Michaela Nagaro, right? Or if you were, like, a company and you wanted to do, like, an educational video or something like that. These are the kind of videos that they do. They have actual testimonials on there where people are like, we hired them and they were fantastic. They were the best team ever. So glad that we hired them to do our project for us. They have testimonials on there, okay? They have examples of the videos that they've done, and the videos that they've done are videos like, they have adventure videos, they have, like, business videos, whatever, right? Like, they've never really done that many entertainment videos, but they're hired to do these projects. They're not going, like, out of their way to find documentaries about Trisha Paytas. And I'm not really sure how she thought she was going to keep this under wraps, that she didn't hire this team. I mean, she's like, and so then I'm thinking back about how she said it in her video, and she said, he reached out to me. I don't know. She said she got an email, and, you know, it's like, I mean, girl, listen, we already know that Trisha Paytas, her stories are thin, right? But I'm, like, looking at this, and I'm like, she knows this documentary is going to come out and people are going to research this company. Is she truly so, like, silly, so dumb to get in a video and say, like they reached out to her in an email? I don't know. Maybe they reached out to her in an email and said, have you ever looked at our program? Like, maybe we could do something for your career. And she said, oh, I thought I could do a documentary. What is your pricing? And she didn't say that part of it, you know? And she said to them, I don't do anything unless I get paid. But she didn't say, I'm not paying them. It's all so sketchy, you guys, because I'm like, is she paying them to do this documentary? Because if she's paying them to do this documentary, that is a completely different project than what she is presenting to the world, and completely disingenuous and authentic, which obviously, I mean, that goes without saying with Trisha Paytas, right? I mean, we've seen that in the past. But anyway, you go check it out. If you guys want to see it, it's Clume Creative. It's out of Cleveland, Ohio. Trisha Paytas has already talked about it. You can go see underneath her videos. She's put his Instagram. You guys can go check it out. I'm not doxing the man. She's already put his information out there, so it's out there, whatever. Other people have talked about the person, whatever. But I'm just like, this documentary, this whole thing is so sketch to me at this point. So anyway, the next thing I want to get into is I want to talk about Shane Dawson's return. Oh my God! The return! return of Shane Dawson. I can't believe it. So Shane Dawson is coming back. Now, he has been feeding this out every single day. I'm not going to do this because I'm in Florida and I don't really feel like doing a whole lot of editing while I'm down here. But Shane Dawson has been putting these pictures out, okay, on his Instagram. So here's the first one that he put out today, and it's him sitting in a car, and it says Tuesday 4/4. So next Tuesday, he always feeds these documentaries, you know, the 3-part documentary series out, okay? And then the next one is, it says it's definitely ... different. And there it is with him and Ryland sitting in a car. So Ryland's last vlog was something about their surrogate or something like that. It's sitting at like 450,000 views, which is interesting to me. That's all that he gets as vlogger of the year. I do have to say this, you know, I actually watch quite a few vlog channels, you know, like Andrew TMI is like one of my favorite, like he does like these little vlogs and stuff like that. And you know, for somebody that was vlogger of the year, that is also married to somebody that said they deserved their own Netflix series because their editing was so fantastic. Ryland's vlogs are so boring. At first I kind of liked them, but now they're really just all focused on Shane. They're all just about Shane. And so Ryland's vlogs are kind of so boring and very like unedited and just jump cuts here and there, and it's just like they don't really make a lot of sense. And he's not getting a lot of views for being vlogger of the year, which is obvious. He got vlogger of the year because Shane Dawson won all those awards that year and whatever, but so I think it's interesting that Shane Dawson's coming out with this new project. Now, Shane has been putting out for months and months and months. He didn't know what he was going to film in his new project. He didn't know what he was going to do. Now the project is them sitting in a car. So it's going to be something I don't know about. You know what? I'm not even going to speculate at this point. I could care less. It's going to be about them going to California and coming back to Colorado and petting their alpacas and I don't know, do you milk an alpaca? I don't know what they do. I don't know. It's just like apparently the bank has run dry. Shane Dawson needs a little bit of money. So Shane Dawson going to put out a video, and then it's going to be followed by, you know, I don't know, we're going to call this the new life of Shane Dawson, and then he's going to put out new life merch. You know how it is with Shane Dawson. This is what he does. And this is what is really kind of sad about it to me, I will say, that, you know, I feel like with Shane Dawson, what was going on was that Shane Dawson started doing these series, right? Like, he did, like, Graveyard Girl, and then he did Eugenia Cooney, and then he did Jake Paul, and then he did, like, the Tanacon thing, and he did Trisha Paytas in there, and, you know, then he did the Jeffree Star thing, and then he did the Jeffree Star thing, and then he did the Jeffree Star thing, and then okay, but then he had the cancellation, right? If Shane Dawson had come back and he had said, because he acts like he's so not bothered by the cancellation, even though it's so obvious he is. If Shane Dawson had come back and said, you know what, no matter if I'm canceled or I'm not canceled, I'm going to do what I absolutely love. And Shane, I'm speaking to you right now, okay? If you're out there and you by any chance are listening to this video, if Shane Dawson had come back and said, I'm not going to let this keep me down, right? Like, I'm going to continue to do what I am so passionate about. Damn it, I'm going to film that horror movie that I wanted to film because he's never done that, right? I'm going to continue to do these, like, documentaries that I wanted to do, these 3-part documentaries. No, not about Jeffree Star. Girl, that ship has sailed. Don't nobody care about your friendship with Jeffree Star anymore, okay? But if you were doing these, like, you know, investigations that people were interested in, okay? Not just some haunted, you know, I don't know, haunted forest or haunted bridge or whatever, girl. Every town's got one. But if you really did these, like, deep dive investigations, unless you feel like you've lost it, you know, and I think that's it, is I think that when you go through something like this, you probably feel like you've lost it and, like, you're never going to get it again. But, you know, I don't know. That's where, like, therapy and doing the work on yourself can really help, you know, can really get yourself back into tune with yourself again, because it's like, I got to get myself back in tune again to doing what I love. And then if Shane was doing that and he was putting out a video every 2 months, people would fall back in love again. The only other option he has, I mean, people like the podcast, but it doesn't get that many views, but people like it. The only other option he has is to go back and doing conspiracy videos and things like that again, which people love. But I don't think he has it in him to do it. I don't think he really wants to do it because he brought himself up this high on the mountain. And I think for him to go back to conspiracy videos, he kind of thinks it's, like, low a little bit. But these documentaries, like the last 2 that he's put out, are just really not that great. They're really just vlogs is really all they are, that he calls series, but they're just vlogs. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what's so different about this new series or new video that he has coming out. And I have to tell you, in all honesty, as you know, not a huge Shane fan or whatever, I am kind of interested to see what it's going to be. You know, because he's continued to say that he doesn't know what to film next and whatever, so I am kind of interested to see what he's come up with and what it's going to be. I hope it's not just more of a Ryland's vlog that he puts on his channel. I really hope that's not it. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.